All right. There we are. Did you know that in order to create mass adoption, we need 15 to 20% of the people to join whatever bandwagon is leaving the station? Hi, my name is Bruno Ver, CEO and co-founder at NIFTIFY. I've been in crypto since 2011, and today I'm here to talk to you about why the fuck mass adoption is so important. Crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, DeFi, the Metaverse, NFTs, anything that is happening right now, anything that has been happening in the past 12 years is very important for everyone's future. For your future, your future, your future, your kids, your grandkids, anyone. And if you think that digital JPEGs is the end, it's only the beginning. And let's do a little test. Who in the audience has spent over 20 ETH on NFTs? I want you to raise your hands. And I don't see that many hands. So we all want mass adoption to happen, but mass adoption is not even happening in this audience. How do we want it to happen then? In general, the average Joe does not care about JPEGs. The average Joe does not care about GIFs. The average Joe doesn't care about it. My friends, they even laugh at me. They go, did you buy an ape, a picture of an ape for 100 ETH? Are you crazy? You just bought land for 20 ETH? Are you crazy? We take a print screen and we owe one too. And, you know, they're right. They're fucking right. You take a print screen and you owe one too. Simple as that. Now, mass adoption is very important for all of us. I assume that most of us here owe some crypto, owe some Bitcoin, and we'll get to the question later, but mass adoption is mega important. And as I said, mass adoption means that 15 to 20% of the people has jumped on the train. 15 to 20% of the people jumped on the train, and that's when we can talk about mass adoption. Today, we can actually not talk about mass adoption. Today, we are still in the early adoptive phase, even, let's say, the scary phase. So to talk about mass adoption, we need to go to early majority. And that's when we can talk about mass adoption. And to unlock mass adoption for NFTs, we need to understand the purpose of all this. The purpose of why Satoshi Nakamoto wrote the white paper back in 2009, which is a while ago. The purpose why the technology, blockchain, is so important. And the purpose why we are all sitting here. And one of the first reasons is ownership. With blockchain, and I'm not talking about NFTs, the technology blockchain, you can prove your ownership. You can prove that you're the owner of a certain item. Secondly, you can prove that the item is real. You can prove that you bought a Louis Vuitton actually in the Louis Vuitton store. You can prove that you bought your Tesla at Tesla, or if it was a second-hand car. You can prove all that. And thirdly, for insurance reasons. Insurance, why? Imagine, 30 years from now, we all start using blockchain today. We all buy everything we own in our house in the blockchain. And we don't want this to happen. But imagine, your house burns down. What happens? You go to your insurer, you take your ledger, Or you take your MetaMask. For people who are less crypto-savvy, custodial wallet of your insurer. And basically, the insurance can pay you everything back. Now, I see a future where NFTs will basically replace serial numbers, or will be added to serial numbers. Today, we all know NFTs as a digital picture, a JPEG, a GIF. And some of these GIFs are really good. They give you perks. You have a Bored Ape, you can go to some yacht clubs, you can go and fly a private jet, you have access to some unique people. There is some interesting facts about these digital JPEGs, but some of them have no value at all. Now, I want you all to close your eyes. I don't see your eyes closed, guys. All of you, close your eyes. And picture yourself going to IKEA. And who has been to IKEA? Raise your hand if you have been to IKEA. Yeah, almost everyone. And so picture yourself going to IKEA with your wife, the daughter, your son, your friends, anything. Picture yourself going to IKEA. Eyes closed, guys, eyes closed. Picture yourself walking in IKEA. And who goes to IKEA sometimes and doesn't buy anything? Raise your hand if you ever went to IKEA without buying anything. Many people, right? IKEA is doing an amazing job. You know, I often go to IKEA to eat meatballs with mashed potatoes. Any one of you? Of course. Everybody knows the famous meatballs, right? Anyway, picture yourself going to IKEA, and you're walking through IKEA with your cart. You're walking through IKEA, and you're walking, and you're walking. And some people, I saw some hands, some people go to IKEA just to watch, to see what can we do with the house? How can we make the house better? Now, imagine going to IKEA, and you take a bed for your daughter, you take a chair for yourself to watch TV, you take a TV, you take a little cabinet to put the TV on, and you take a stove. A stove for your wife, so she can cook really amazing food. And for all the feminists, guys cook too. So don't take it wrong. All right, you go to IKEA, we walk out of IKEA, and we take the scanner. So, beep, we're going to the self-scan. Anyone been to the self-scan? Yeah? Okay, very good. So you go to IKEA, we go to the self-scan, and you scan your items. Beep, 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 beep. 4 items, $1,000. And you pay your items, and what do you get? What do you get when you pay at IKEA? A receipt, a receipt. That receipt gets lost within 2 weeks. Who keeps their receipt after walking out of IKEA? Raise your hands if you keep the receipt after walking out of. I see less hands than hands of people who went to IKEA. So the receipt is worth shit. And if you don't have your receipt, you're basically fucked. I'm sorry, mind my language. Anyway, 55% of people going to IKEA, and it's the last time I'm going to mention IKEA. My stocks went up, so I'm happy now. 55% of people shopping on and offline lose their ticket within 2 weeks. So I don't know about you guys, but have you ever, because I know there is some smart people in the audience, many smart people, and I hear you guys say, yeah, but we don't get a ticket, we get an email. True. Today, you go to IKEA. Oh, I mentioned IKEA again. I'm sorry. You go to IKEA again, and you get, instead of a ticket, an email. Who in the audience, and raise your hands, I want to see hands. Who in the audience has typed in the search bar to find an email and actually didn't find the email? Many people, right? Now, imagine NFTs and IKEA coming together. Now, that's when we are talking. Walking out of IKEA, beep, 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 4 items, and you put them on your MetaMask or on your ledger. And for the less crypto-savvy people, they can use the IKEA custodial wallet, supported by NIFTIFY, because that's one of the things that we have built at NIFTIFY. The IKEA custodial wallet simply connect it with your credit card, with your first name, last name, and all your items are in your custodial wallet. So you walk out of IKEA, you don't have to care about the email, you don't have to care about the ticket, because it's all in your custodial wallet. Mass adoption? We are ready. And this is one of the reasons why my co-founders and I have started NIFTIFY. Our goal is to create mass adoptions. Go to the brands and get NFTs, blockchain, the technology out there, and get people to join this bandwagon. So what do we need for mass adoption to happen? We need 15 to 20% of a population. And then much more important, because most of you are, I assume, crypto savvy, but your mom, your sister, your coworker might not be so crypto savvy. Most important, to get to 15 and 20%, we need an easy-to-use system. We need to make it possible to pay with crypto. And we need to think about compliance. But I'll get to that later. Today, after 12 years of existence of Bitcoin, there is only 3.8% of the people using cryptocurrency and owning Bitcoin. 3.8% after 12 years of cryptocurrency. It's unbelievable. At this speed, it will take us another 30 to 50 years to get to mass adoption. I don't know about you guys. I'm 35. In 50 years, I'll be 85. I don't want to wait that long. And if we go a step further, there is only 350,000 unique NFT holders in the world. That's 0.005%. So if we all think we'll be driving a Lamborghini, buying an apartment in Dubai, buying a penthouse in New York, a house in London, driving fancy cars, then stop dreaming about it. Because at this rate, it will only happen in 50 years from now. So get your feet on the ground. And I hope there is not too many Luna victims, because this picture was taken from a Luna victim. Yeah, I had a friend, and anyway, what I want you to do when you get home is spread the word. You know, get everybody in, explain what NFTs are, and it's hard. It's hard. Explain what NFTs are. It's so hard. But use the IKEA example, the easiest way to explain it. All right. Now, to understand and to understand how mass adoption can happen and how we can get it into a better speed to happening, we need to understand world economics. And who in the audience follows a little bit the world economics? Okay, this is a conference about tomorrow, and I only see 50% of the hands go up. It's very, very disappointing. Very disappointing. You should all read about it, because if you understand world economics, you can kind of predict what's happening in the future, and you kind of can play with it and gain some revenues yourself. Now, if we look at world economics, then some of you might have heard of the world reserve currency. Who has heard of world reserve currency? Okay, there is some people in the audience. So in the past 500 years, we have had 3 world reserve currencies. We've had the gulden, the guilder, the Dutch gulden. Is there people from Holland in the audience? Make some noise. Thank you. Then we had the pound. People from the UK? Okay. And then we had the US dollar. People from America? Okay. So right now, we are basically in the dollar times. It's called the dollar times. And that has been since the Second World War. So since the Second World War, 1944, the end of the war, we got into the dollar times. And if you look in times, we've had the Dutch times, the guilder, we've had the British times, and we have right now the US times. Now, every time took roughly 200, 250 years. But we see the time decreasing. Now, why is it decreasing? Every crisis, every crisis, the government prints more money. We've had COVID, just now. We've had Lehman Brothers, thanks to the Americans. We've had, back in the 90s, some crisis. We've had in the 80s, in the 70s. Every 10 years, we've had a crisis. And every crisis, we keep printing and printing and printing money. Now, that printing money is a huge problem to the world. And that's why I believe cryptocurrency is a solution. Now, today, the US dollar is being used as the world currency. Everybody, if you buy oil, if you buy gas, if you do international business, it's all in US dollars. US dollar is basically the safe haven. But to be honest, do you really think it's a safe haven? They keep printing it. They keep printing. In the last 20 years, the debt of the USA went from $1 trillion to $20 trillion. Your dollar, and that's for the Americans, it's even worse in Europe, guys. Your dollar is basically worth shit. So money used to be backed by gold, but that has not been the case anymore. And gold is still a safe place. I still bet on gold. Not that much, mainly Bitcoin, but gold is still a safe place. But money used to be backed by gold, but that's not the case anymore. And what we have seen with the President Biden, President Biden he wrote some stimulus checks, and Europe did the same. We in Europe, it's even worse. We're even giving more money to the people. We're so social, which is good and important. Don't get me wrong. It's important to be social. I'll get to that in a minute. But the stimulus check went straight to Bitcoin. Now, getting back to the world reserve currency, my question is, what is next? So, we had the Spanish times. They took roughly 250 years. We had the Gilder times, roughly 200 years. And then we had the pound, roughly 150, 180 years. And now we have the dollar, which will take 100, 120 years. We'll see. But what's next? Is it Bitcoin? Or is it the BRIC countries? Brazil, Russia, India, China. They're strong enough to conquer the world. They could basically create a new monetary system and be the world leader. Now, I see it more as in Bitcoin. Now, let's do a little funny test. Everybody get up. Stand up. Thank you. All right. If you hold more than 0.25 Bitcoin, stay up. All the rest, sit down. Congratulations, you'll be millionaires. Now, the question is when? In 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? My prediction is 2040, which is 18 years from now, at the speed that we are going now. If we can increase the speed and create more mass adoption, then I think it could be 5 to 10 years. Now, again, everybody get up. And I guess more people will sit down, but everybody get up. Who in the audience has bought at least one NFT? And if you bought one NFT, stay up. Not bad, not bad. 50, 40%, not bad. Thank you, thank you. Now, the real value of NFTs will go and happen once we go to the from physical to digital items, like the example I gave from IKEA. And the real value of NFTs sits in the blockchain. Now, the interesting part of all this, to create mass adoption, we need to have businesses involved. We need to get brands involved. And brands like Twitter, Facebook, Meta, they even changed their name to Meta because of the Metaverse. Louis Vuitton, Disney, MasterCard, IKEA, all these brands, they will all get involved into the NFT scene, into the NFT industry. And if 5 years ago, I would talk to these brands and tell them, hey, we have a really nice project in the blockchain, they would not even answer the phone. They would not even answer my email. And I see a trend happening that today what's happening is that these brands, they are getting interested. They are showing interest. All these brands, they want to get involved into the NFTs. They all want to do drops with NFTs. They're looking at physical to digital. Look at Nike. They did some really cool projects. Now, this is a good step in the right direction. Because when brands come into place, government support comes into place. And in order to create mass adoption, we need government. And if you think that we can all go back in time and start shooting at each other like cowboys and Indians, that's not going to do it. That's not going to make mass adoption happen. True, I understand. We're all Satoshi Nakamoto believers. We all think Satoshi Nakamoto has an amazing idea. But if we think that mass adoption will happen without rules, then we are completely wrong. We need our governors to join us. We need our government to help us. And we need approval from Uncle Sam. Because the average Joe listens and looks at Uncle Sam. That's how it is, whether we like it or not. So if we, as a small community we are today, because we are today only 3.8% and 0.0005% NFT people, if we all want to become a huge community, and all those who stand up earlier with the 0.25 Bitcoin, we all want to drive Lamborghinis, that's going to be funny, right? In 10 years from now, 20 years from now, we'll only see Lamborghinis on the road. If we think that we can do that without governmental support, we are wrong. And yes, that involves paying taxes. Do we like that? Who likes paying taxes? I see a few people. Now, imagine, and I want you all to stand up. I think it's the last time I'm going to ask you to stand up. So stand up one more time. Imagine, we're having a family party. We all have family, right? We have brothers, sisters, mom, dad, grandma, cousins, nephews. We're having a family party. And we're at family dinner. We all have that one person in the family that lost his job. We all have that one person in the family that had bad luck with money. We all have that one person in the family that might have went bankrupt. If you didn't have any of these persons, please sit down in your family. You see, many people stay up. And that's why we pay taxes. And that's why we need to embrace this. Thank you so much, everyone. Now, in order to make mass adoption happen, we need compliance. And with compliance, we can avoid scams. Are we going to avoid all scams? Are we going to avoid all Ponzi schemes? No. We'll never will. But we can try. All together, we can try. And I said one more time, now this is the last time I want you to get up. This is really the last time. So all get up again. Come on, everybody, get up. Come on, get up. Also in the back of, okay. If you have never been scammed, sit down. Crazy, right? I lost over $1 million in the last 5 years being scammed. Yeah, you can sit down, sorry. So if we want all these brands to join the crypto bandwagon, the blockchain, the NFT bandwagon, then we need to start thinking about regulations. It's one of the things that we at NIFTIFY are very proud of, because we are fully compliant. We're working together with EBC, working together with the SEC. We're trying to do it the right way. Now, if we want all these brands to join the bandwagon, we need to embrace rules and regulation, and we need to spread the word. And if spreading the word means in your country that you need to join politics, if you have politic feelings, do it. If spreading the word means that you need to come on stage and spread the word and get people active, do it. Because that's the only way to get the sheep out of line. And that's the only way that all together, all of us, you, also you in the back, it's the only way we get mass adoption to happen. So think about it. Thank you. I wasn't done, but now, thank you very much. I see I have 5 minutes left, so I did a really good job, or I went too fast. I would like to use these 5 minutes to go a little bit deeper into a few things. We are all here for tomorrow, for what's going to happen tomorrow. And we all want the same thing. We want a better life for ourselves, and we want a better life for our kids and our grandkids. And I want to feel some energy in this room. So I want to give you all, and I want everyone to shout and clap and give as much energy as you can for yourself and for everyone who is attending here. Because everyone who is here wants a better tomorrow. So please, join me and let's clap for each other. Thank you.